Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley, and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. On today's show, I've got Heather Proctor. As most of you know, Heather is one of the agents here on the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group, and an amazing agent. You do a wonderful job for buyers and sellers.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing such a great job. We'll give Heather's information at the end of the interview, and I highly endorse Heather as a great real estate agent. On today's show, Heather, I've asked you to come on and talk about new construction in the current market. Since it's a buyer's market, there's more demand than supply. New construction steps in and fills the rest of that supply.
That's
so you're
right.
seeing new neighborhoods pop up everywhere.
They are all over the place. Fort Mill is booming right now. We have seen more new construction going on right now than we have seen since 2006.
Absolutely, and so those new neighborhoods have oftentimes a model home. They've got an on-site agent. And one of the things I've always said on the show that people need to remember, that on-site agent represents the seller. You have no representation when you go and you talk to an on-site agent by yourself. It's that agent's job to get, that's at the site, to get the seller the most money under the best terms, looking out for one person's interest only, and that's the product owner, the seller. So you need an agent to go with you. Tell me about that, buyer's agent.
Absolutely do. To me, going into that is no different than going into any traditional sale without an agent.
Right.
You have no representation.
Absolutely.
You need someone to have your back looking out for your interest in that situation.
And if you're doing a pre-build, you're going to sign about 60 documents.
Right.
And unless you're going to hire an attorney to read all 60 of those, you really have no idea what you're signing.
That's absolutely right.
So the agent can be there with you, they can sit beside you, they can read the documents, they can give you the advice as if they were buying the home themselves, and that's called a buyer's agent. We can also pull up and tell you what the last home sold for in the neighborhood, just like the home you're building, so you make sure you're not overpaying for that home.
That's right, and a lot of agents have experience and know the reputation of the builder as well.
Absolutely.
So they can advise you on maybe if this is a good or a bad decision for you.
All right, so get a buyer's agent. Number two, in buying new construction, what should you look out for, Heather?
Careful at the design centers.
Oh.
Set a budget and stick to it.
Absolutely. I had one client one time, is a single guy, asked me to go to the design center with him. I spent $85,000.
It is a lot of fun when you're there.
It's a lot of fun when you're there. And that is a profit center for the builder.
Absolutely. They make more there than they do any other place in the entire home sale.
Absolutely. So you definitely want to go into it with a budget and don't step outside the budget. And let me just say on this, get what you want while the home's being built, but when we go out to sell in these neighborhoods 10 years later, and I've got plan B and plan B, and this home had $80,000 worth of upgrades and this one had $20,000, they sell for the same amount of money.
That's right. And a lot of that stuff you can do later on yourself.
Especially if you can do it yourself, yeah, with moldings, different types of flooring, paint, some of these things that you can do, outdoor patios, things, landscaping, things that you can do. And the hotbed right now is electronics, but electronics get outdated the quickest.
That's right, and they don't do anything for the value of your
No,
house.
because a lot of those go with people, but when I go out to a home now and they say, I've got Cat 5 wiring, and I've got this and that, well today, everything's wireless.
That's right.
So don't over-invest in those things in the design center. That's great advice. Absolutely. And you got a third?
Be creative in the negotiation part of it. The builders are going to stick to their price to protect the integrity of the neighborhood value. But you may have a little leverage in some other places.
Absolutely. They may be offering a screen porch or a patio or some upgraded landscaping, updated light fixtures, things like that they could be offering. And guess what? Back to your first recommendation, the on-site agent does not have to tell you what they offered the last person.
That's right.
But we can find out, so you definitely want a buyer's agent to go with you. And again, we'll give you Heather's information. She is an expert at this, so we'll give her information at the end of it. Tell me about lending, because a lot of these on-site places also offer a lender.
And it's good to consider that. It's
Right.
very good option because a lot of times that on-site lender is going to offer you some closing costs. But make sure that you do your homework anyway.
Yeah, make sure that interest rate is comparable. Make sure the closing cost is comparable to a lender that's not involved with the builder, and make sure the terms of the contract are the same outside of the closing. Terms of a contract can change, so you definitely, of a loan, so you definitely want to make sure the interest rate's locked in. There's no prepayment penalty. that the closing cost, if they're paying $5,000 in closing costs, but closing costs is $20,000, you're still paying $15,000 in closing
That's
costs.
right.
So we can get you a side-by-side good faith comparison between what their lender at the builder center is offering and also what an independent lender offers. So back to number one, you need a great buyer's agent. Heather, give folks information on how to reach you.
Call me directly on my cell, 803-225-4320. Call me at the office at 803-985-1240 or email me at heather@stephencooley.com.
Absolutely. If you want to go to Heather's website, it's heather.stephencooley.com, and our full website is stephencooley.com. So please visit us at all of those. Great information, Heather. Hopefully you've learned a lot about buying new construction and you know how to reach Heather. If you need help with that, please stay tuned and we'll be right back. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. If you're interested in advertising your business on the program, please give us a call at 803-326-2777 or send us an email at ask@makeitlocal.com. Join us next week for more discussions on real estate topics and help in finding your perfect home. Thanks for watching.